What's up, everybody? This is Ripples in Wales, back for another video. I hope you're all doing well, having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. Tuesday, 2nd of December. Welcome back to the show. Had to think and look at the calendar. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. We've got some very interesting stuff going in the markets. We're going to just jump straight into this today because there's a lot of news around, and I haven't been able to make any videos the past few days. Been so busy with just organising a lot of stuff this side of things. Anyway, getting Christmas vibes, isn't it? You know, trying to get a lot of stuff done and maybe leaving the country soon. So trying to get some stuff done. Right, have a listen to this. We are straight into the Ripple news. This is reposted by Digital Asset Investor. Ripple, to capture the value of the projected $16 trillion tokenized economy, institutions need more than just storage. They need resilience. At Ripple, we provide a security environment that mirrors rigor of banks that we serve. So what in short are they going for is they mentioned the $16 trillion tokenized economy. Now, they're going for the big pie. Real world assets, tokenization. This is the whole pie. Okay, this is how they're going to do things. Everything's going to be put into stable coins. Everything's going to be tokenized. And remember, Ripple has a very interesting trick up its sleeve with the XRPL, because you have a very special blockchain that you can tokenize assets on. Right, it has a very clever DEX built into the heart of the ecosystems. And so with tokenization, you're going to want to do it on ledgers that can, have very little risk, not L2s. Yeah, they want things on L1s, and I think Ripple is positioned dramatically for it. Right, BlackRock here, citing their tokenization is shaping the next evolution of global markets. It's just basically a post from 21 hours ago, the same kind of time that Ripple's tweeting. So, if you think BlackRock's not going to be coming in to take a large slice of the RWA, they're a $30 trillion fund. They are going to be going big on it. Larry Fink and Rob Goldstein discussed the new how tokenization can modernize market infrastructure, enhance efficiency, transparency, and access by connecting traditional and digital finance. Well, who's at the center of all that? Ripple. Okay, so you've got the BlackRock sitting in the background, pretending they don't know what they're doing, never wanting to come into ETFs. Do you remember about 2 or 3 years ago in BlackRock were like, we won't go near Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, Larry Fink, won't touch Bitcoin, can't touch it. It's not nothing for us. We're not looking at it. And then bollocks, yeah, they went straight and picked up a Bitcoin ETF, and one of the biggest and most profitable things they've ever done. So they were scooping up Bitcoin. So just talking their book like JP Morgan. Anyway, here's the big news. Watch Guru, just an $11 trillion Vanguard to allow clients to buy crypto ETFs starting tomorrow. Vanguard have entered the chat. Here comes the big money, right? This is the big news of the day. This is enormous because Vanguard refused to for years. And I've put, here come the big fish. Bloomberg is now reporting that Vanguard Group will roll out crypto ETFs to access its brokerage clients by tomorrow. That's 17 years ago. So they're live today. Okay, Vanguard eyes crypto ETF access for brokerage clients. That's gone live. It's now. And this is Piriam Boring. Vanguard, it was a very negative on Bitcoin. Now it's rolling out access to Bitcoin ETF. I might add it's got access to now more than just Bitcoin ETFs. I'm not against ETFs. In many ways, they've helped Bitcoin. But this is a perfect case study in how legacy finance moves from resisting a new asset class to trying to figure its own rails around it. Okay, and that was just a clip from Vanguard saying, we're not coming in, we'll never offer ETFs. Yeah, okay, whatever. Game theory, you'll bend your knee eventually, everyone does. All right, and this is it. This is the James Rule XRP has put out the ETFs. Certainly XRP ones that have been filed are alive that are live now on Vanguard. XRP ETFs there from who is that by? Bitwise. That's a miscellaneous. That's the Bitwise. There's the Canary Capital. There's Franklin, Terracurum, Coin Shares. Oh. Anyway, there's the Pro Shares. So these are some of the ones other than Spot that are available, but they're all live on their website currently. The list of ETFs now available for purchase. So and that's on investor.vanguard.com. Yeah, that looks genuine. Wow, that's huge. Okay, and this is a schematic from back in the day. If you were around in 2018-19, this was doing the rounds, this image. And it was in a slideshow. I cannot remember where it was, but it showed, the Ripple logo all around everything else connected in the background, and then in the center Vanguard. And apparently Vanguard, just like BlackRock, were smack in the center of it all, and always have been. But it's the massive pullback in the markets, and Wall Street taking advantage of this chance to scoop up this crypto. Yeah, It's no accident, okay, and it's likely to go lower as they come into the fray. And this is a clip by Digital Asset vs DAI, just a clip to do with Charles Hoskin giving a kind of roundup of what's going on in the markets and how important crypto is. I'm going to play a part of his video here.
This is a great clip from Charles Hoskinson, founder of Cardano, talking about the state of things and why we need crypto.
$338 trillion in global debt that is physically impossible to repay. What the hell is the legacy system offering us? 50-year mortgages, 10% inflation rates, negative interest rates, $338 trillion in global debt that is physically impossible to repay. Real estate prices were a piece of shit home in California that's got termites inside of it and a crazy homeless guy living in the attic. Costs you $1.5 million because you have to buy it from private equity. Did you know there's more private equity companies in the United States than McDonald's? There's two economies now. Rich people economy and everybody else economy. Rich people economy is the top 10 million. And they're spending like drunken sailors and life is great. And it looks like the GDP is going up. And everybody else, the wages are stagnant. They've only gone up 20% in the last 40 years. Meanwhile, the price of housing's gone up by a factor of 8. Price of education by a factor of 10. Price of healthcare beyond that. Not kept up with wages at all. That's a big problem. And then, you know what they're doing is they say, let's spend 1% of our GDP, maybe up to 5% on AI, so we can fire all of the bottom 200 million and continue mass wealth aggregation to the top. And robots will just displace all of them. And AI will displace all the knowledge workers. That's why NVIDIA is worth $5 trillion right now. $5 trillion, which is more than the countries of Canada and Australia combined. One fucking company. Think about that. One company.
Huge. Okay, but you get the outline of these two-tier economies and the old system and how it wants to destroy the middle class, the poor. It wants to turn everything into a zombie world. This is why we have two sets of rails now. It's so important this to visualize. Crypto is not just something to sell and just to make a few bucks from. Crypto is an asset class, guys. It's so bigger than just your Lambo money and stuff like that. This is something that will earn yield that these corporations are coming in now to hoover up like you've never seen before. The Vanguards are here. The BlackRocks are here. The Franklin Templetons are here. They're all just coming in now. Okay, and crypto is dirt cheap compared to what it's going to be in the future. But this is an asset class. It's more than just it's a new set of rails that gives the people in the lower and middle classes a chance to appreciate their value because it gives them easy access to assets. Everything else is hyperinflated and kind of hanging off a cliff, isn't it? Brilliantly put there by Charles Hoskinson. Okay, excuse me, this is a brilliant post, but based Hungary. Hungary and Italy have repatriated the gold reserve. Well, I don't know if they have yet. They're calling for it. Both nations have declared financial sovereignty from the EU. Do you support Meloni and Orban? Now, this is what it's about, though. Hungary and Italy are taking back their gold. Okay, we heard many accounts say this in the past before, and I've put a gold standard in our lifetime back to sound money. Gold, it's an anchor, essentially, and the end of central banking cartels. Okay, this is the key thing and important to understand is that it's we're going back to sound money. Okay, and the central banking cartels are the ones that are under the under the cosh at the minute. And I've put this post here, whether it's still up or not, I had to delete it because it was a spelling error, but I put, given the backdrop of the financial world, we can now see the incumbents are coming around on schedule. Wall Street are banging on the door. It's starting to make a lot more sense now. The 11th hour is upon us. And it shows an image that we've discussed before on my Rumble channel. It's interesting, right? The 11th hour. Okay, and we've got the storm in the background and Wall Street coming in with the matador. I can't talk too much about this stuff on this channel for obvious reasons for you guys who know. And this is a bit of a funny one. Vanek, welcome Vanguard. Let us know if you forgot your password. Okay, that's quite funny because Vanek are were front run by 2 years. They're well ahead of it. Whilst the old incumbents who benefited the most from the old financial rails are now having to switch. Okay, unbelievable. Okay, so yesterday's roundup on the XRP ETFs. This is the close on Monday the 1st. Rex Osprey made a big comeback, fair play at 9 million. Franklin Templeton and Bitwise, they closed again at 9.111 million. So 41.63 trading volume on day close, which is brilliant, and 350 million XRP locked up. That's a third of a billion in less than 13 days, and we really haven't seen major flows yet. This is very, very small, insignificant flows. And just to end up here, we've got some liquidity quietly enters the US banks in stealth mode. And we can see here now that Fred, we've seen now 13.5 billion has been injected into the banking system through overnight repos. This is the second largest liquidity injection since COVID and surpasses even the peak of these dot-com bubbles. Now, this is stealth QE. You need to keep your eyes on this because we've noticed that Japan is stimulating, China and now America have gone into QE as of 2 days ago. We knew that the tightening would end in America on December the 1st, which has a big effect on our markets. So we'll see how that there's a lag. There might be a 30, 60, maybe even 90-day lag before that takes effect on the markets. But it's coming in nonetheless, and hopefully Powell's taken his foot off the brakes and we can now see some liquidity come back into the system. I can't help but think there is a liquidity crunch coming on our timeline with the craziness of the Japan carry trade that's playing out at the minute. We've seen, I think it was the bond yields jumped up to all-time highs, causing interest rates to be hiked as Japan goes into quantitative tightening, which is a big problem. So got to keep your eyes on that. Anyway, I'm going to keep this simple. Don't forget, we've got the Rumble channel here that you can go and subscribe to, Digital Asset Verse. It's pinned always in the top. Is it the top of my description? Yeah, here you go. It's the underneath Blockchain and Asset Researcher. Here you got Rumble, and then you got the YouTube channel underneath it there. Okay, I'm Ripples in Wales. Thank you for watching. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing the next video. Take care. Be blessed and bye for now.